Yeah, I can no longer go to a pizza shop. I know I've mentioned this before, but some things have to be rehashed. I can no longer go to a pizza shop. It's weird too because the same symptoms I get from going inside of a pizza shop, or even standing outside the door of a pizza shop or anywhere else where they're throwing up whatever it is, flour in the air. I get the same symptoms as when I go around, cigarette smoke, which is weird because I smoke tobacco. Notice I didn't say cigarette. I said I smoke tobacco because the ingredients in the tobacco that I smoke is tobacco and water. That's it. Tobacco and water. And there's only one cigarette brand that sells cigarettes. Tobacco in its natural form. The same tobacco that my ancestors smoked. That's the tobacco I smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes. So the cigarette smoke and the pizza, I can't be. It has the same symptom. If I go inside of a pizza shop, it feels like it feels like something's going on in my stomach, like some kind of parasite been unleashed in my stomach, and it starts to expand. It feels like it's crawling around inside of my stomach, and it hurts. It's like exiting the matrix when you can't even go inside of certain places anymore. I told you guys my social life was extremely affected, not because somebody put me in isolation. My social life has been affected because of the things that I can no longer do anymore. I don't have time to explain to people why I can't do this and why I can't do that. I don't have time to babysit people on why they shouldn't do it either. Because remember, just because I have a very strong immune system that has an alarm alert, a very sensitive. It's like a carbon monoxide detector. Like I'm the most expensive one in the store. It detects the smallest microgram of poison. And so you go tell people about it, and they just call you weird. They don't even know that shit fucking them up too, slowly. It's just that they don't have a strong enough immune system to put them on alert. It just shows up one day as some kind of disease that they end up making worse by going to a so-called practitioner, a medical practitioner, to get fucked up some more without actually knowing what's causing the problem. I'm not a scientist. I don't have a microscope. I don't know what the molecule of flour looks like or what it used to look like 30 years ago. I do know that our grandparents and stuff and great grandparents did not eat the same crop of wheat that we do today. It was totally different. However, I believe Italy uses the same crop. There are things that suggest, that I shouldn't even be living in the country anymore. But that's a whole nother talk. But I heard this one guy on YouTube talking about. I mean, once upon a time, I told you guys how good Pizza Hut used to taste, and I mentioned how probably the only way you can get that pizza back, you would have to first import some flour from Italy. About a month later, I was watching this YouTube video, and this guy was talking. Well, I think it was uh oh man, what's that guy's name? Then the bald guy who does the talking, the talk shows. Name on the tip of my tongue. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But he was talking about uh how people eat in Italy, because he was discussing what he likes. He likes Italian food a lot, but he mentioned when he goes to Italy how the portion size is real small, and the Italian dishes that they have over there. I forget the kind of wheat, that he named that they use. Because he said that if you eat that type of wheat, see, I should have a show just like him. Yeah, Joe Rogan. I should have a. We need a black Joe Rogan. I think I can fill that category because I could talk about anything. That's the only other person I can compare myself to as far as dialogue, as far as the things that I talk about, and how much expansive my knowledge is Joe Rogan. And everybody looks to him. It's amazing. It's like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Everybody looks to him for answers. Sometimes he don't even know what the hell he talking about. People still listen to him though. But no, that's a good thing about advice though. You can take it or leave it. But he was talking about, I know what he was saying was true. What he was saying about the pasta in Italy, I forget, something semolina. It's a different type of wheat they use. And he said that it doesn't give you the same side effect as the he says you feel like shit when you eat pasta in America. So Joe Rogan is aware that you don't feel good after you eat wheat in America. But forget about the conscious one said. You ain't gonna believe that Joe Rogan said, conscious one ain't nobody. Joe Rogan is everybody. Is everything. You know, he said that doesn't happen to you when you eat pasta in Italy. I said, well, see, there you go. And that's just the preliminary of why you can't fuck with the wheat in America. It's like, it reminded me of some scenes in Batman when he used to blow that dust in one of the villain's face, or the villain who had the white dust. I don't know who the hell that was, but it make people sick and shit, hallucinate. That shit was probably the white flower in America. I wouldn't be surprised. That's why these people acting crazy out here, man. Fucking around with all this poison. Don't even know what the hell they doing. So yeah, I can't go inside pizza shops anymore. So that, to me, that's like me leaving the matrix. I mean, it's very painful, guys. When I walk inside a pizza shop, what happens to me? It's actually painful. I tried to tolerate it for a while. I can't anymore. It's gotten worse over the years. I don't know if they made the whatever poison that shit is. It's gotten worse. Most likely it has. And then I noticed the same thing happens when I smell cigarette smoke. So there's got to be a relationship to the cigarette smoke, to the cigarettes, to whatever poison is in that white flower. It's like there's a relationship between the two. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm just telling you, I'm just a messenger. That's why I say I'm just a messenger. I'm not a teacher, because I don't have the patience to teach a bunch of knuckleheads who want to just think I'm strange and weird and all this other crap. Meanwhile, like I said, most of these young people, they'll be wearing diapers by the time they in their mid 40s.